morning. It's a beautiful spring day out here in Virginia. This week, been just kind of seeing what pops up in the garden. So I'm just going to take you through in the video and show you a few of the things that are growing here right now. Got some lettuce and some carrots that are starting to pop up. Our radishes and everything are looking good. Still picking broccoli back here, and some of the cabbages are starting to kind of head up a little bit that I planted back in the fall. So yeah, you can see all the blooms and the trees and everything. It's kind of felt like summer the past couple of days, which I know is probably a false hope, but yeah, next week it might get a little bit cold. So if you're planting stuff, just be careful, you know. You don't want to put your tomatoes or anything like that out yet. We still have ours in the greenhouse, and they're little still, so we need more time for those to grow anyways. Out here checking on some stuff in the greenhouse. The tomato seedlings are starting to look a little more like tomato seedlings, getting some true leaves and stuff, and some eggplants coming up. Finally have some peppers sprouting. I should have started these way earlier. For next year, I think I'm going to go ahead and start these in probably January. I had to restart them because they just never sprouted, and then I had to do another round of seeds. So I do have some Hungarian sweet carnival blend, which is like a mixed color bell pepper, coming up. Some cayennes, habanero. Finally, actually have a couple of those sprouting. Poblano and jalapeno here. And then over here, I have some red bell peppers that are finally starting to sprout. So hopefully these have enough time to make peppers. I'm kind of late. The spinach and stuff. These are extra cabbage plants and onions that I still have. Yep. Also started some Napa cabbage, so you're like your Chinese cabbage. And we'll step outside and look. Some more cilantro here. So in this bed over here, I have planted, you saw in the last video, I planted onions and everything, and cabbage. Right here we have some radishes coming up finally. Well, finally, they don't take very long to germinate really at all. Cabbages are looking good. And some more cabbage here, onions. And we have some carrots that are starting to germinate here. They take a little bit longer than the radishes, so have some more radishes right here. Starting to sound like spring out here. You can see this garlic right here that was planted back in let's see, October, November, is really getting big and tall and looking good. Some oregano that overwintered as well. Broccoli, you saw those in the last video, but if you look, you can really see they just keep putting out these florets right here. And purple cabbage that I planted, it stopped growing for a while, but it seems like they're starting to put on some heads finally. This one looks a little better, but you can see it's starting to firm up, and maybe we'll get some little bit bigger heads out of these. I'm not sure. The collards we're still picking on these here and there. I know that one of them is starting to bolt. So that's whenever it starts getting warmer, makes some flowers and seed heads. I'm just gonna let that happen, and then we may save some of these seeds since they did really well. I really liked these collards, so we'll save some seeds and try and get some more collards planted in the fall. Lettuce that is starting to germinate in this big bed right here. So I have this whole center section just full of lettuce, and there's lots of little lettuces popping up. Onions there, and as well as, you know, more cabbage. I do have some carrots planted here. I don't know if you can see, there's one little spot there, but they're starting to come up in different places, as well as some spinach over here. So, and of course we got our kale growing as well. So hopefully we can get some some of this stuff to grow big enough to eat before it gets too warm and bolts. If you want that frittata recipe, just go ahead and click the link in the description. I put a recipe to my Facebook page. So we have a Virginia Grace Living Facebook page there as well, and I invite you to go ahead and like and follow that community as well, just because I put out a lot of recipes and different things that you may not see here on YouTube. Go ahead and come in and start thinning some of these tomatoes out. There's either 2 or 3 in most of the cells, and I'm going to cut it down to 1 per cell so they're not competing for root space. I don't need to split these because I don't need that many tomatoes. If I single it down to 1 per cell, I'll have, let's see, I think 12 of each, so that's 24 tomato plants. It's plenty, probably more than I really need anyways as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and thin these out a little bit, and be good to go. All thinned out now. So should only be 1 tomato per. Also, I send out the eggplant. So 1 eggplant, 1 tomato per cell. Ah, stop pecking at me. I know. I'm sorry, sweetie.